What's up everyone and welcome to the review stream. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the movie Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald, which is once again directed by Yates, who directed the previous film of this franchise and also a considerable amount of Harry Potter films as well. And of course it is once again written by J.K. Rowling herself. It is a sequel to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which I already reviewed in my previous videos. So anyway, let's take a look at the plot now. So the story starts from Grindelwald, played by Johnny Depp, who escapes from a prison at the very first scene of this film. And after his escape, he tries to do some evil work to mess with the balance between the magical and the non-magical world. He tries to convince Credence, played by Ezra, to fight on his side, as he could prove to be a very powerful and important ally to him. On the other side, Albus Dumbledore tries to convince his former student Newt Scamander to prevent this from happening, who even agrees to help, but unaware of the danger that lies ahead. And now Newt Scamander and his friends have to go up against Grindelwald. So anyway, let's take a look at the acting now. Redmayne as Newt Scamander once again feels like the same lovable and cheerful character, but I think the real lift-up performance in this movie is Jude as Dumbledore. Whenever he appears on the screen, the first thing that would come to your mind is that this is our young Dumbledore. No one can play this role better than him. This movie really did a very good casting. It would have been much better if we had more of the Dumbledore scenes, as he is not much in this movie. Johnny Depp's performance is good, but I think that he wasn't given much scope on his role. Dan Folger as Jacob Kowalski once again did his job well. Katherine Waterston as Tina Golson did a natural work as always. Ezra Miller acted as required, though it was the same amount of screen time he received as in the first film. Callum Turner and Joe Kravitz were good on their role. Claudia Kim as Nagini I think was a good addition to this movie. Finally, Alison Sudol's performance was okay. And here it comes, my opinion. As I already told you guys in my previous video of this franchise that I am a huge fan of Harry Potter films, and I even love the first movie of this series. But this time it was a little different than those usual movies of this universe. This time they decided to make this movie from a whole new different angle, but unfortunately a lot of people did not like that new angle, and therefore the movie faced a lot of criticism. The movie is over 2 hours long and everyone is saying that this is a very boring movie. As everybody enjoyed the first installment and they were expecting a great sequel this time, and even I myself was really excited to see this movie. So what I learned from this movie that this movie has a completely different taste in it. I'm not saying that this is a really great movie or an underrated movie. All I'm saying here is that you need to view this movie from a whole new different perspective than those usual Harry Potter movie viewpoint. People's expectations were at this high and this movie went at this high. And so what, it's not that awful prequel. Of course it definitely has some flaws in it. The movie takes too many characters and subplots at the same time, and with all such things going on all together, the movie becomes quite difficult and confusing to follow. This is much more of a messy movie, and I think that they made a huge mistake with Johnny Depp's Grindelwald storyline. He feels like any other typical villain, and I think that he had not that much to do in this movie. Despite having an opening sequence of Grindelwald, which I think was really awesome there, and even the film's title itself is devoted to Grindelwald, I think that his role was very limited. There was so much to explore about him, like giving him a backstory or at least give him something to do. We don't know much about him. There was not any depth to him in the whole movie, but still I think that there are certain enjoyable elements in this movie that are worth watching. Yates once again did a very amazing job in his direction. It is visually stunning and I loved all the creatures and designs once again. And the score by James Newton Howard is once again beyond excellent. I don't know how this man makes his score, but whatever he makes always turns out to be phenomenal. He composed really an amazing score, and I'm telling you, the score in this movie is really a plus point to it. As you probably know by now that most of the people totally hated this movie, and while I still love it. I know that it is a creepy movie and it could have been much better if we cut out some of the 15 to 20 minutes from it, as there were many unnecessary scenes in this movie. So in my opinion, I think the main problem occurred in this movie is that people were looking at this movie from the Harry Potter perspective. And it is that kind of movie which lies between the very good movies and the very bad movies, and while slightly inclined to the good side here. But let me tell you, this movie almost had everything perfect in it. All the performances are very strong here. Forget about Johnny Depp's acting for a second, the story matched with his acting. The movie even has musical and directional beauty in it. Just the story dragged a little bit there. And it's really sad that after having all those other categories as perfect as it should be, there was just one category left to take care for. And therefore proving the all-time theory about movies that you cannot make a movie good without paying attention to its plot. And so anyway, I'm giving Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald 6.5 stars out of 10. And so here comes today's fact related to this movie. The actor Eddie Redmayne was first auditioned to play the role of Tom Riddle in the movie Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, but due to certain circumstances, he was turned down. So anyway, however, he was the one and only choice to play the role of Newt Scamander in Fantastic Beasts movies. And that's all for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed my video and don't forget to like, subscribe and share. See you in the next video. Bye.